All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this will be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. I'm going to try not to make this one long. I really just wanted to speak on what's going on right now. As you can see, the bottom of the screen, the Dow Jones is bouncing back. It's in the green again. And it was radio silence yesterday on social media. You know, not too many people in my feed that, you know, personally that I know were saying anything, because they were watching, they were panicking, they were on edge, as it says. But now that it seems like everything is bouncing back, it's business as usual, you know. And you know, I listen to different. I'm watching. I'm always watching, you know. And the main thing that I'm in tune with is the economy. Again, the economy is the lifeline of a nation. Okay. And that's something that you can't hide. They can try to lie and manipulate things, but if you're thinking critically and doing your due diligence, you can clearly see where Babylon the Great is heading. It's circling the drain. It's circling the toilet. It's been circling the drain. Okay, and I'm gonna leave the link for this in the description. JJ, my boy JJ, he's one of the few economic advisors, whatever you want to call him, you know, whatever you want to call him, he's very realistic. You know, he deals with nothing but the facts. And he said something in this video that exactly that I was thinking about. Hence why I was waiting to do my video yesterday to see what the stock market was going to do. All right. And what he mentioned was the PPT. The PPT, if you don't know, the Plunge Protection Team. All right. First and foremost, shout out to the Apostles in Connecticut. They were the ones that brought it out. We give everybody they flowers, man. We ain't trying to plagiarize nobody over here, you know. Anyway, Salakia, sidebar. You got a lot of spiritual vampires out there, a lot of bushmen, you know, but it's all good. Anyway, anyways, the Plunge Protection Team, that's one of the tools that Esau has in his system. The Apostles in Connecticut brought out the fact that a system is a trap. And, you know, when you think about it, it's designed. And this whole world that you're living in is a bunch of different systems, a bunch of different traps designed by the wicked elite. The stock market is no different. Just like the Federal Reserve, the monetary system, the Jewish judicial system. Shout out to the bounty hunters. It's the stock market is no different. I saw what's his name, Richard Wolff was he was going in on how democracy now. He was going into the idolatry of this stock market system. A lot of you trust in these systems, you know, and all these systems, I'm saying all of this to say all these systems, first and foremost, were created by the wicked elite. Okay. They're the ones that are in control, and they're all based upon fraud. The housing market, all this stuff are different systems. This whole world is different systems created by the elite, and they're all predicated upon fraud. Okay? They control it all. They have all type of back doors, all type of different tools to manipulate these different systems. Okay? A tool that they use to manipulate the stock market is quantitative easing. Okay? But they actually have an actual team, which I've had it up, but I'll read it. I'll read both definitions from the AI. It says the Plunge Protection Team, PPT, is an informal term for the presidents working. Why isn't Doge going after the PPT? You know, they asking all these. You know, they looking into all the fraud, but why aren't they going after the PPT. That's based upon fraud. Okay? All these different so-called breakers and all this shit. They got all these systems, all these things set up to manipulate the economy, to control the collapse. You see? That's what's going on. They're trying to control the collapse. They're trying to control the narrative. And there's many tools they do to manipulate you. Okay? And I've been harping, it's the spirit popped up in my feed about a stupidity, which we've been know. These people are stupid. They have truly done a good job dumbing down you Babylonians. You believe everything. Really, because you're wicked. You love this world. You trust in oppression. You don't really want this place to come to an end. So you deal with something called hopium. You know? You're in denial, man. So it says, anyway, the PPT is an informal term for the President's Working Group of Financial Markets, a group created in 1988 to advise the U.S. president during times of market turbulence and economic uncertainty, and was popularized by the Washington Post in 1997. It says the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, known colloquially, if I said that right, botched that up, as the Plunge Protection Team, was created by Executive Order 12,631, signed on March 18th, 1988 by United States President Ronald Reagan. And that's what JJ was referencing, you know, which I completely forgot about the PPT. I know there's different systems, but I ain't the best economic, you know, I don't know it all, you know, but I do know there's many tools in this system that they use to manipulate the markets. They buy back shares. They do all type of fuckery, man. But that's why it's called the daughter of the Chaldeans. It's all witchcraft. It's all sorcery. Just like the banking system, that's all witchcraft, sorcery. Fractional reserve banking, it's all bullshit, man. It's all predicated upon fraud. It's one system after another, one trap after the other, and you people trust in these systems. You really believe it's a free market. You really believe you are free, and you believe the lies, man. You're drunk on. You don't want to sober up to reality. And what's missing is critical thinking. They don't teach that in school anymore. When I was going to school, when you were going to school, if you're of a certain age, you learned about critical thinking, to ask questions. Who, what, where, when, how. How, Sway? How, Sway? How the fuck is the stock market in the green? How? Make that make sense. Make it make sense. You know? It's all fraud. It's all deceit. It's all bullshit. Smoke and mirrors. Okay? But you people believe it. And a lot of you are again, you want to be lied to. You want to hear smooth things. You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to wake up to reality. You don't want to wake up out of the matrix. Okay? Well, I forget exactly what DJ Chump said about the medicine. You know? Shout out to the brother Yawakal. He made a good point. I went over my head. There is no balm for you know, I peeped that, but I completely, which we know it, which I have it on deck. 2 scriptures and I'll close out. But yeah, there is no balm for Babylon, man. There's nothing you could do to heal this place. I brought it up at camp. They've been kicking the can down the road. And I'll take it even further. They've been kicking multiple cans down the road. The can represent these different problems of these different systems that were predicated upon fraud. They've been kicking the cans, plural, down the road. Now they've hit a brick wall. But all the cans are piled up against the wall. How do you make it make sense? There is no way to fix it, to fix this massive system predicated upon fraud without collapsing it and building a whole new system, which is in the works. It's been in the works. They've been laid the foundation, this digital system, as we've been telling you over and over, the Internet of Things. They want to collapse this current system, which, you know, many systems, and usher in a digital one where they can have complete control, as Aaron Russo said, and monitor everything and track everything. They want to be like the Most High. And what's going to allow them to do that? The Charagma, the RFID chip, microchip. They're going to put it in your right hand or your forehead. Okay? Per Revelation 13 and 16. All roads lead to the Charagma. Okay? But again, you people deal with copium. You believe, you want to hear sweet nothings. This is the definition of copium, right? Copium, or you can also say hopium. Like I call Mr. Wayne Brady, Mr. Make a Deal, DJ Chump. You know, I call him, because he want to, make a deal. But I also call him the Great White Pope, the Great White Hope. You know, because you people love this world. Even our 2/3 of Israel. You know, they don't want this world to go down because they know and they know they wicked, man. They know they ain't meet for repentance. They know they ain't right, man. Deep down inside, they know they ain't right. That's why they can't come to the light. They want to stay in dark city, you know? It says copium is a slang term for denial or rationalization in the face of defeat or failure. It's obvious that E is done. Sleazy E, Esau Edom, he's done. Babylon is done. This motherfucker's terminal. The cancer done spread through all the body, all the cells. It's in the brain, it's in your organs. But you in denial. So, and you cope with all Esau's propaganda, all his lies. Hence why that fake tweet, that fake news that went out caused the stock market to rise again. It's rising without any fucking fake news. And because you people don't use critical thinking. How, why? It doesn't make sense. The math ain't mathing. Okay? And not to mention, it's not even Wednesday yet. Wednesday, more tariffs are going to kick in. So what's going to happen to the it's all bullshit anyway, but just use your goddamn common sense. You ain't seen nothing yet. The stock market always fluctuates, man. That's what it does. Talking about they got the sell short, buy the dip, all these fucking copium. It's inevitable. This bitch is going to crash. And it's going to catch you people off guard because you refuse to sober up to reality. You refuse you want to stay stupid. You're not even ignorant anymore. You can't say these people are ignorant. Ignorant is just not knowing. They know. But they refuse to use their fucking brain. Copium is a slang term for denial or rationalization in the face of defeat or failure. It is presented as a metaphorical drug people take when dealing with losing a game or otherwise being disappointed. All right? The facts of the matter is that you see what's going to happen because you're invested in the stock market. You see what's going to happen to your 401ks. You see what's going to happen. The writing is on the wall. It's obvious. Once the stock market collapses, you're through. That's facts. But you're in denial. You refuse to come out of this place. You refuse to come out of Babylon. Okay? This place is polluted. It will destroy you with the sword destruction. All throughout my feed, back to the folly. You know, back to the bread and circus, back to the bullshit. I brought it out at camp. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. It's going to be, in the NLT, it tells you it's going to be business as usual, as in the days of Noah, as in the days of Lot. You see it because these people are simple. They're stupid, sottish children. This is Proverbs. The main point is in 14 and 15. And if you're offended, good. You should be offended. Use your fucking brain, man. Think. Stop believing everything somebody fucking tells you, man. Ask questions. Who, what, where, when, how? How, Sway? How does that make sense? You just believe every fucking thing you read, everything you see, everything you hear. And a lot of it, 99% of it is lies. Everybody trying to sell you something. Everybody trying to get over on you. Because that's how this system was designed. Fuck the next man so I can get ahead. Everybody want to sell you their program. Everybody want to sell you their gold, their silver. Everybody want to sell you a pipe dream. There's only one way you're going to make it out of here. That's through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Through the straight gate. Ain't no other way. And that in order for you to trod down that straight path to the kingdom, you're going to have to repent, man. You're going to have to turn back to your power and acknowledge your fucking offense. But you don't want to. You don't want to. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. A majority of you are trotting down the broad path that leadeth to destruction. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful. Because you know the facts. It's in the back of your mind. You've heard this word. You've heard this gospel. This truth has gone out. That's how come we know the end is coming. You know America's future is destruction, thermonuclear destruction. You know Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is on his way, and he's coming to judge. He's coming to bring purity hell upon this place. You know about Jacob's trouble. You know it can't leave the back of your mind. And it's becoming more and more of a reality. It's smacking you in the face daily. But you want to just swallow it down. Put your head back in the sand. You know? Act like everything is all right. Guess what? That's the same thing they did when Rome was collapsing. They packed them coliseums. They got drunk. They were laughing, reveling. They were doing all type of debauchery. Meanwhile, Rome is on fire. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful. Why? Because you can't escape reality. It's always in the back of your mind. When you're by yourself, you go to sleep at night. Guess what you're met with? Reality. It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of the mirth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied for himself. Yeah, because we know what we believe. We've accomplished a diligent search. We study to show ourselves approved. We know what we believed. We believe in facts, man. We don't believe in fairy tales. We don't believe in the fucking Easter bunny. We know rabbits don't lay eggs. That's a fact. We know Yahweh Shai HaMashiach don't look like fucking Shaggy. That's a fact, okay? You know, it's high time to awake out of sleep. We know this collapse is inevitable. First and foremost, Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai wants this collapse. Furthermore, the elites want this collapse. This third woe, it's inevitable. It's inevitable, Mr. Anderson. And each day that passes is a day closer to this inevitability. You ain't seen nothing. It's only Tuesday, man. Oh, what a difference a day makes. You people are walking on sunshine again. You goddamn buffoons. On that emotional roller coaster. Emotional damage. Inside joke. The simple, and you people are simple. Look up the word simple. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. We think critically. Our thought process isn't governed by emotions, feelings. Emotions cloud judgment. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. You can't make this shit up. It says, he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. And what's the ultimate knowledge? Everything we see, we filter it through the scriptures, through these prophecies, man. And as the brother Yawakal said, brought it back to my remembrance, which we already know, exactly a perfect scripture to combat DJ Chump's bullshit-ass statement about the medicine. It made me think of that Mary Poppins song. Just a spoonful of medicine, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. You know? Because that's what you people want. Smooth things. You can't take the bitter. You just want the sweet. You know? But guess what? The scriptures are bitter. It's filled with lamentation and woe. Pull up your big boy pants and come to terms with reality. Evil times are on the horizon. It's inevitable. It's nothing you could do for this place. The only way you can fix Babylon is to get all the fraud out. And to get all the fraud out, you got to collapse all these goddamn systems. which is what's happening right in front of your eyes. But guess what? It's being replaced with an even more fraudulent system, a digital system with nothing tangible, all ones and zeros on a goddamn keyboard, where everything can be changed with a stroke of a button. He can change history. He can change your bank account. He could do anything. He could be God. He could play God. He's been playing God. But now he can really do it in this internet of things. But first, he gonna connect your bitch ass, your simple ass to the internet of things. And you gonna line up. You gonna line up by the boatload, by the millions, by the billions. Why? Because of this chaos that he's gonna bring upon you to usher it in. You gonna bend the knee because you lack faith. We see where your faith lies. That was the perfect test, just like COVID. The perfect test. You had the hush mouth. You was scared. You was nervous. Now it's back to business. That make me think of one of my favorite precepts, the prosperity of an hour. I forget how it go. It's slipping me right now, but it's slipping me. But when times are good, you don't remember Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You forget everything. But when soon as things get bad, you forget all about the good times. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget prosperity. Roughly paraphrasing. I botched it. But I'm going to close out here. Again, I ain't want to make this long. Again, I'll leave my boy JJ. He was going in, All hell is about to break loose, man. And Esau trying to control the collapse. You can see it's up, man. This trade war is going tit for tat. This shit about to... Me and the brother Zakaria was talking about it. Esau... he's going to lose control of the narrative. Things are going to spiral out of control. Because we know this third world war. We know everything that's happening. This theater of war, this whole movie that you're watching, Esau thinks he's scripting it. But he's mistaken. It's this Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the writer, the producer, the director, And he's going to cause things to spiral out of control. Hence, why your allies are going to turn upon you and burn you with fire. They're going to hate the whore because this is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's movie. Then his will and his will alone is going to stand. And his purpose is to destroy Babylon. Point blank, period. Jeremiah 51 and 5. For Israel, Yasharallah, have not been forsaken, nor Judah, Yahweh of his power, of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Yasharallah, flee out of the midst of Babylon. This place is polluted. It will destroy you with the sword destruction. And deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, a payback. Babylon, we in these times, man. And it's getting progressively worse. The doors of mercy are going to slam shut. And you people going to get caught out there, man. You're going to get caught out there. You're going to be beating down the doors of mercy. And then ain't no way you're going to be able to open it. And guess Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai going to shut that door of mercy. Just as he closed the door to the ark. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. This is the main point. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her. Another word for balm is medicine. Okay? There is no medicine. It's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do to fix this system. It says, take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. And that's the point. This place is through. Ain't nothing you can do. I don't give a damn how much copium you sniffing or shooting up. It's inevitable, Mr. Anderson. We got next, Mac. Esau's the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Nesharallah.